Get Higher is back, and with it comes 3 sick new camos, 2 of which are animated. What's going on, guys? Wesley here. I'm back. Thank you for waiting for me. I've been off on vacation for a week, and I'm going to show you guys the simplest guide for these camos. Now, it's extremely easy for you to actually achieve 2 of these, but one of them is pretty difficult, completing the course in 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to give you shorthand notes that will help you find the coins extremely quickly, as well as how you can complete the course with a full breakdown of my sub 10-minute run. So let's get right into it with the coin locations. I'm not going to waste any of your time. Down below, you're going to find shorthand notes that I've written for you to make it easier for you. So make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's keep going. So first of all, you're going to go to 22 meters up. Now, with each of these coin locations with the shorthand notes, I'm going to have a description of where it is as well as the meters. So you're going to find this little pillar here. This one will have a small hole in it. Go ahead and grab your coin, take the teleporter, and you will get back to the checkpoint. Keep on progressing through the course. I highly suggest that you play this on your own, by the way, before you even try to find these coins, because it will make your life a lot easier. The first time that I did this, I did not know the course, and I actually could not complete it in time. So as you can see, number 2 is right after those spinny objects, very easy to find. Now number 3 is right around the corner of the 3rd checkpoint, I believe. It's at 61 meters. You're gonna run around the corner here, and just as a reminder, guys, these coins make noises, so make sure that your speakers are turned up so that you can actually hear them. Kind of sounds like a gold chest opening, if you will, kind of a biblical sound, if you will. So once you actually progress through the course a little bit more, you're gonna find this next one at 105 meters. That's quite a while, so you're gonna progress through this course about 40 meters before you find the next one. But right after this one, you're going to find the next one at the shipping crates. This one is a little tricky to find. It's at 112 meters, and what you're going to do is just simply go on the right side of these shipping crates, climb them up and get all the way to the end here, and then immediately just strafe jump back in. That is the easiest way to kind of situate yourself and find this. They can be very confusing because they're cut off and they're shaped weirdly, everything like that. So the next one, you're going to find 2 of them in quick succession at meters 146. Now in the lower area, make sure you walk the beam and you will find number 6, but directly below 6, you will see that air vent there. You want to drop down. This one took me a couple of attempts. I died a couple of times, obviously, because of these spikes below. And once you have made it in, you just want to crawl your way through, or rather crouch your way through, and grab that coin. You are now already at 7 out of 12 in what we're like 2-3 minutes into the video. So the next one that you're going to find is at meters 162. You're going to have a glass floor section with these blocks. You need to get to the upper area and then just simply jump and grab it as you're running through. Very easy to do. Just kind of move back and forth depending on which block is further away. Right after this, you're going to see the departure section. This is the plane section that has yet another coin. So what you're going to do is you're going to run along and jump on the wing here, drop below. And guys, by the way, if you need to rerun this, make sure that you do, so that you know exactly where these coins are. You can also run at 2 times playback speed. That is a YouTube feature. So next one you're going to find at 190 meters. Simply drop down those platforms at checkpoint 16 and you will find it. So that's 190 meters. Again, checkpoint 16, the door will be on the left. Then at checkpoint 18, you will simply find the coin sitting there behind the flag. Very easy. That is found at 208 meters, and you want to follow your way through. Now you're down to 1 coin, and the last one is going to be found right before the end of the course. You're going to drop down to the right here. You're going to see the GH logo for Get Higher, and you're going to go ahead and make your way into that vent. Now within this vent is the final coin. However, that does not unlock you the camo. That is unfortunate because you need to do one more step. You need to fully complete the camo. Now the description for it, or rather the challenge, the description for it, you're going to need to reach the castle, as it says. So you may wonder what the hell that means. It simply means that you need to keep walking up the staircase, and as you can see, I did not realize that. So I stood there and I was wondering to myself, what is going on? So I went ahead and made my way up to the top, and what's going to happen is if you grabbed all of the coins for the course, you will then reach the castle because you have 12 out of 12 whenever you go through the portal. So I was wondering here, and so was this guy. We were like, okay, what's going on? And then once you actually pass through the portal, here you are in the castle, and you have unlocked Synth Bust. You've reached the castle and you can utilize this camo to your liking. This is my second favorite camo. Ironically enough, the most challenging camo to unlock is the one that I enjoy the most. So let's go over it. So This is my sub 10-minute run. All right, so this is a little bit difficult to do, but I'm gonna run you through just tips as I'm going through the course here. It'll only take a few minutes of your time. It'll make it a lot easier for you to understand this course, but I highly suggest that even if you're watching this while you're playing or what have you, just make sure that you play this course multiple times and practice it, because it will not be easy for you to do this on your first time. People can sit there and say it was extremely easy for them. They did it first try. A lot of people, a large majority of people, will not be able to do this on their first try simply because they don't know what the shortcuts are and they don't understand this course. But this is about my 7th or 8th time playing this course. I was trying to find the coins and get a good understanding, because obviously as a YouTuber, I want to show you guys kind of clear, discernible instructions rather than just run through the course and try to, you know, make sure I get a world record time or something like that. So once you're going through the first couple of checkpoints to this course, they're very, very brain dead, very easy to do. You just simply slide through these objects, but in a minute, you're going to see a couple of difficult paths that I take shortcuts on. Not only that, but major suggestions, if you will. I definitely don't want you guys to be wasting your time. I found myself trying to get first place every single time, just like the last map. The last map is a lot easier though, and it is a lot less punishing. This map is very punishing. So first of all, these moving blocks, you can obviously jump onto the objects or mantle them immediately as soon as they are out there. But you want to make sure if they're already there, take your time, guys, because one thing that I noticed when trying to get this 10-minute run is stop trying to be first and simply try to be sub 10 minutes. So what I mean by that is the game starts off with 15 minutes. You can see it there up on the left. Just simply make sure that you complete the course before 5 minutes is left. It's that simple. So with that being said, you want to be much safer than you actually think. You don't need to absolutely rush this thing, but you do need to be quick. I'm not gonna lie, I completed this and I had about 2 minutes or a minute and a half left, and I'm very quick with my movements. Now for this section, huge suggestion here, wait for that first one to go back in and then immediately run at a diagonal, and you will make it every single time. In my experience, I did that about 5 times in a row and I never run into issues with that section. But if you take your time and wait for the blocks, that section alone will add about 30 to 45 seconds to your run. That is a huge thing. So mimic exactly what I did on that last section. Now for these moving blocks, simply run at a slight diagonal, the opposite direction that they're rotating. So in other words, they were rotating right, run slightly to the left and just sprint the entire time, and you should be able to go through. Those are by far the easiest objects for me. Once you figure them out, they are super easy. Also utilize sliding. So you can see these are just mantles. I'm not going to give you suggestions here. There is nothing to speed up, but as you're running through, anytime that you have flat land like right here, make sure that you are sliding. I didn't follow that advice all the time, but as you can see, sometimes I'll remember and you'll see me kind of slide through the course. Now you can do the coins, you can do the 10 minutes and the completion of the entire course all in one game. That's how you unlock all 3 camos, if you didn't know. But in my experience, it just makes it more difficult. And if you have the time on your hands, i.e. you have like 30 minutes of time, you can complete this entire thing. Now it took me a little bit longer than that because again, I'm trying to get good footage for you guys so I can explain it to you. I have a little bit more of a responsibility than just unlocking the camo. But as you can see, you want to just take your time. I got a little bit hesitant, or rather a little bit too aggressive on some of these sections. And as you can see with the shipping containers, likely killed 5 to 10 seconds just on that. So you want to take whatever the easiest path is possible. So as you can see, I took the right path here. The left one on those shipping containers is actually much more dangerous, if you will. And as you're running through here, just make sure you're hitting your dives and your slides. There are literally signs that tell you what to do, so just make sure that you're careful there. But as you're going up, a lot of these things are about timing. So if you run into situations like this one, as you can see, I waited for it, and for whatever reason I took the lower half. You don't want to take the lower half on this section, take the upper path. But since I actually made it there, again, if you show up in a block, a moving block rather, is already there and waiting for you, just simply wait for the next one. That is my suggestion, because you may kill a couple of seconds, but you won't die. And some places on this map, when you die, you literally lose about 30 seconds. It'll send you back about like 20 meters wherever the last checkpoint is. Again, it is much more unforgiving. So as you can see here, I'm taking my time with each individual section. This one, you cannot do 2 sections at once. Just know that, or at least it is extremely hard. If it is possible, do not try it. Just simply take your time. Again, like I just said a minute ago, make sure that you're taking the safe paths here. Make sure you're taking whatever the smartest path is to actually go through and make your time. You can see right now I have 10 minutes left. I'm at 165 meters out of 230. We are making amazing time. So when you're going through here, just make sure that you are following the order that I do. For these, make sure that you are sprinting in the opposite direction at about like a 70% angle, if you will. Don't immediately run in the opposite direction. You will run off, and don't walk that object, you will fall. So make sure as you're going through these, obviously you're mantling, you know how to mantle, but while you're going through this next section, make sure that you wait until as soon as it arrives, like so, and slide through. That one is actually very quick. That will trick you. Luckily the flag is right behind you, as well as this block, which is pretty fast. Now for these, I always like to alternate, so whatever is moving, that is the one that I attack, and once it's actually past me, towards the end, you'll actually get cut off. You can strafe jump back on, or just take your time there. Now these are arguably my most hated part of the course. If you don't time this right, then you completely screw it up, and they're very slow, don't get me wrong, they're very easy to conquer. But if you're like me and your mind is moving ADHD style at 1,000 miles an hour, you will mess those up, because they rotate back in. This section, I highly suggest that you go to the right. It's kind of a fake out. That room is supposed to be the shortcut. It is not. It is much harder. There is a coin hidden within there, but otherwise, if you're not going for the coins, it's worthless. And then right here, you want to mantle and then aim. So just know that that is something that actually took me about 20-30 seconds to figure out, because I'm stupid. And then right after this section, this is a huge timing moment. So first of all, when you're shooting with this wall, you want to make sure that you're very careful to wait until you're above the platform. I am, again, someone who is very impatient, so I waited the second time around until I was right above those. So any of these large blocks that you run into, like this one right here and the one that was somewhere in the course beforehand, you have two instances of those large, fat, if you will, moving boxes. Those, they only move once. You don't have to jump around. You're going to see some blocks here in a second that you have to jump from one to another as they each move up, a little bit more and more. Those sections with those fat blocks, remember, just it's one box. Don't jump onto another box and be lowered and waste your time. Now with these, do not jump. Do not jump on these moving platforms whatsoever. I don't suggest it. Just simply walk to the ones that you know are going to end up at the end. It's going to take you a couple of tries to actually understand what the most fastest path is with those moving platforms. This one, these are skinny blocks, so again, they are not fat blocks. So you want to jump from one to the other. So they're a little bit confusing. This is what I'm talking about, guys. If you run through this course a few times, it will help you a lot in understanding and just getting that muscle memory down, so that you can actually unlock the 10-minute camo. Because that one, I'm not lying to you, a lot of people are not going to be able to unlock it, because simply they do not have the controller mechanical skills, if you will, or the reaction time to actually complete this course in 10 minutes or less. Now here we are towards the end. This is section 21. Now this is super easy to do. I would highly suggest that you strafe jump into the middle and then just simply try to mantle one before they raise. Unfortunately, I did not make it in time. Regardless, just try to get to the end and then just simply wait for it to raise you. And congratulations, you have finished it within 10 minutes. You can see I had about 1 minute and 42 seconds left. And I'm a pretty quick mover, guys. I did fail a couple of times, but you'll be greeted with some fireworks. I was able to get first place in this one, I believe. I'm not honestly 100% sure, because I can't even read that damn scoreboard on the left. I believe that's me in second. So the first place person is at 705, which is absolutely ridiculous. I guess they're just running through the course over and over again. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Regardless, it doesn't matter, guys. Congratulations for unlocking this camo. I hope that this guide was helpful. Just by completing it within 10 minutes, you will unlock both the camo to complete the course as well as the under 10 minutes camo. So at this point, you should have all 3 camos for the Get Higher map. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe for more. I appreciate your support. I'm gonna keep pumping out videos, guys. I'm back, so thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.